Good morning. It is Friday and I'm a little bit early. Let's go over where we're at with the course. Screen share, modules. Okay, so we ended week 7. We're in week 8. And just like the other weeks, we have the online discussion board. I think I made a few comments in your postings. Um, Began to look at integrating quotes from the text and your questions and answers. That's sort of a style of academic writing, and I want you to learn how to write in an academic style. The format is MLA, so the citation's a little different. Use the author's last name once in a sentence, and then use the page number in parentheses for the citation. APA is a little different, has a year of publication and the author's last name. APA in Chicago doesn't really use a lot of quotes. MLA likes to use quotes. So quote a few words from the sentence that you're referencing in your online discussion board for the Q&A. So we have that. We have the rhetorical preces, and just like the recommendation for the discussion board, do the same thing. I'm recommending that you do the same thing, and your rhetorical preces exercises include quote a few words from the text. That'll strengthen your argument and make it much more academic. So this week we'll have the peer review, and that the peer review, and you're going to be posting your essay and then review at least 3 classmates' essays. Again, just like in the discussion board and the rhetorical preces, when you do your review, I'm encouraging you to do it like an academic style piece of paper, and that is where you quote a few words from the essay to emphasize your point or your constructive criticism or your comment. So this weekend we'll have the notes and the revised outline due. The outline is a very specific structure, so use that template that I provided. And then on Sunday, we'll have the final draft of your comparative analysis essay. One student did make a comment about the use of AI in college today. And for those that want to use AI, I discourage you from doing that. Not only for one, it's plagiarism. Well, it's a form of plagiarism, but also it doesn't really uh, help you develop your academic writing style. The essays for this course are very specific. You need to have 2 in-text citations in each paragraph. You need to integrate with analysis and context the quotes from the text. And you need to have a rhetorical preces structure for your introductory paragraph where you're introducing the text that you've read with a very succinct analysis. AI will not do that. So the grading of your essays will become more difficult as the semester progresses, and AI will not help you in these essay writing assignments, and that's the majority of your grade. That's the big part of your grade. So be careful of using AI. It's not going to help you for this course. Maybe for something else it will, but for this course it won't help you. So essay 4 is due on Sunday. The Net Tutor receipt, post your essay on Net Tutor. It may take a couple of days to get your response back, but it will help you. I encourage you to use Net Tutor often, more than once. I'm not requiring it more than once, but I'm encouraging you to use it more than once. As an analogy, I was using an online program provided by a publisher for writer's reference, and they had an online tool where students could answer the multiple choice questions and get their feedback. And they could then revise their answers and resubmit for higher grade. I found in that scenario, the students were revising their answers maybe 3 or 4 times. I also used an online writing tool that was great. Unfortunately, the creator of it sold it and it's not available, but the same kind of scenario. Students could submit their essay. this online writing tool would analyze their writing, kind of like some of the Grammarly tools that you see today. And this tool would analyze the student writing, and students could then resubmit for a higher grade or higher or address some of the constructive comments that were made by this online writing tool. And I found that students were resubmitting and revising their drafts 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So using NetTutor in the same kind of way, I encourage you to revise and rewrite your essay, edit your essay, rearrange the paragraphs because the logical flow isn't there as it should be according to you. You're the creator. You're the boss on this. Anyway, so that's NetTutor. We have the weekly check-in. I also included a couple of links here for Monty Python Argument Clinic. It's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. It really explains what an argument is and isn't in a very comedic way. How to check a thesis. I included the timed in-class writing material. You'll use that for the final in this course, which is a hypothetical timed writing exam, although I really can't time it. So I'll probably open up the tab for the assignment on a Monday of the last week of the course, and you'll have probably a few days to submit your written response to the writing prompt. This is what the CSUs use and the UCs use. You have a prompt of about a paragraph or so with some very specific directions on how to respond to it. They may ask for a plural response, so you need to have more than one example. They may have bullet points where you have very specific things to respond to. So this timed in-class essay, final week of the course, is designed to help you experience that process. So when you do it in your junior or senior year at a four-year university like a CSU or UC, you'll be somewhat prepared for it. Anyway, so that's the time writing essay, and this material will help you for that. The brushstrokes and character wheel I found very specific and constructive, and not only writing more descriptive writing, but to help you analyze what a character is and how a character functions. And literature involves characters. So that's that point. Next week, we're going to have essay 5, which is called a persuasive argumentative essay. It's a little more specific. You've been reading 1984 by now. And so you're going to incorporate 1984 and essays from the Lowell Norton Reader. So proposal for that, answer all the proposal questions and think about the rhetorical context. We have some questions which are very, specific to help you develop knowledge of the novel. So you have that bank of information for writing your essays 5 and 6. So that's the Q&A, very straightforward, I think. The symbol tracker is just identifying a symbol in each chapter. What page was that symbol used? What character referenced that symbol? Were there words spoken about that symbol? How does it connect to the bigger picture, so to speak, the themes or the topics, or the plot or subplot of this novel? So the symbol is just identifying something that is symbolic, that represents something bigger and different than what that symbol itself is. And this novel, like most literature, has lots of symbolism, things that represent something else. And that's a symbol traffic organizer. And then also give you a bank of information, not only a quote, but a symbol analysis and a page number that you can use in essays 5 and 6. So this is all designed to help you create a bank of information that you can use. We have the rhetorical preces as well. We have an online discussion board as well, weekly check-in. Let me see, I forgot about this one. Oh, okay, just a reference to NATO and Ukraine. For those that are following the war in Ukraine and the situation, it's getting pretty tough. And I feel for my friends and my wife's families that are family members that are in Ukraine. Anyway, here's a section on 1984 material. Take a look through that. It has more information on the symbol tracker. Um, and week 10, I think, is set up as well. I'll add week 11 and 12 in the next few days or week or so. Anyway, that's sort of summarizing where we're at. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll respond within a few hours, if not by the next day. One student asked for a one-on-one review of their writing. If you want to do that, just send me a request for that. I'll set up a Zoom link and a time that works for both of us, and we can then do a screen share of your essay and what's going on with it. Anyway, thanks so much. I appreciate your time. Have a great day. And as you can tell by the darkness, I forgot to turn on the overhead light. But take care. Bye.